This is perfect for the Sharks' future as multiple prospects are on their way over to play their first touches of pro hockey. Plus, we have some big updates surrounding injuries and a lot more, so you're not going to want to miss this episode of Sharks Digest. But before we get into everything here today, we got to say that 58% of you guys watching this video aren't subscribed to the channel, so if you want to stay up on the latest Sharks news heading into a very, very busy offseason, make sure down below and hit that subscribe button. But like I said, we got a mixed bag here today, a lot to break down, and before we dive into the prospects coming over and the injury, we got some very exciting news coming out of our last game where William Eklund got in a fight, and it really fired up the team, and I've seen initial takes on Twitter, on Reddit from Sharks fans. Everybody is very excited to see Eklund get into a brawl here against the Seattle Kraken. It was a great fight, great to see this guy kind of step up and be that physical presence that this team does need. And I think with a lot of young teams, a lot of teams don't really have that, fighting physicality edge, especially, when you're in your early 20s just trying to get adjusted to playing pro hockey. But it was great to see Eki take charge here in this last game, even in a game that didn't really matter. They were down by a lot. He still went out there and picked up for his boys, and I think that was great to see. And we also seen Will Smith come out and talk about this from our guy Sheng Ping on Twitter. He said, it's awesome. I think when you see that, it shows how much he cares. That meant a lot for this room. And obviously, you're late into the season where you're out of the playoffs. You're kind of just playing for fun at this point, playing different systems and seeing what works with these guys and moving the lines up and down, up around, and seeing Eklund in a, end of a season type game where it doesn't really matter. Still go out there and put all of his heart into it. It means a lot, and like you said, it shows the locker room that this guy cares and how much he cares about winning and how much he cares about this team. So Eklund obviously right now tied with Celebrini with 55 points. He's been great on the offensive side and has been a very great surprise for us this season, and I think he could potentially end the season as the point leader for the San Jose Sharks team if things do go right for him. And I think it's just a great standout season for him, and has proven that he can get it done offensively, and now he's not afraid to go out there and throw a few knuckles for his boys. So I think this is great news for us, for our future, that Eki's for the boys. I think that's great. But let's move on here. We do have an injury update. We did do a video the other day talking about Mukhamadullin and if he was potentially out for the rest of the season. And today, from Max Miller on Twitter, we did hear that he is done for the rest of the season, and that is including Barracuda hockey. I guess this shoulder injury is more serious than it did seem at day one. It did look bad in that video when he went down into the boards from Vetrano, and it was great. We talked about in that video about how, the coach was like, we need guys to pick up for our teammates, and we just seen William Eklund, we just talked about that. He heard this from Ryan Warsofsky and said, I'm going to be that guy. So it's great that came out of this, but not great that this injury came out of this. But this is the perfect thing to do here. It is the end of the season. Like I said, you're really not playing for much. You're kind of playing for last place at this point. So sitting him out, not risking this injury being worse, it's definitely the best play here. And I really do hope that our boy Mukhamadullin does recover well over this season and has a good offseason and can come back strong next season, because I do really think that this guy is going to be a key part of the blue line for the Sharks' future. I think he's one of the best defensive defenseman prospects that we do have, and he's definitely shown that in his short stint with the San Jose Sharks. I was not really sure. I think he was in like 50 games this season, so great to see him do this well early on in his career, and we really wish him the best. But I don't have the screenshot here, but we also did hear that Toffoli was day today as well, and I know a lot of Sharks fans on Reddit were also very curious about this, because we didn't really know what this was to do. There was no injury listed, it just kind of said day today here, but I do think this is another rest situation where if Toffoli is dealing with something, you don't want to send him out there and risk aggravating that injury more, especially at this later part of the season. But quickly moving on here to the prospect updates, and yes, and a couple days ago we did talk about Quentin Musty and his season being over and him potentially coming over, and today today we got the big news. It is official that Quentin Musty has been loaned to the San Jose Barracuda, and he totaled 59 points, 30 goals, 29 assists in 33 games in Sudbury this year. He was selected by San Jose as in the first round at 26th overall in the 23 NHL entry draft. This is big news, huge news for us here, and this is the whole reason this video is. It's perfect for the Sharks' future because this guy is fine. We're finally going to get to see this guy in some pro hockey for the Barracuda, and I think after the season he's coming off in the OHL being such an offensive stud, he's going to really help this Barracuda team and get them on the right track for their push for the playoffs right now, and I think he's going to come in and make an instant impact. I think this guy is a phenomenal talent. He's really developed in the OHL, and now we're seeing him come over to San Jose for the first time, and I think those Barracuda seats are definitely going to be filled now that Quentin Musty is here, and I think San Jose Sharks fans should get excited for this because if we can see him start tearing up the AHL here in his first touches of pro hockey, this is a guy we could potentially see crack this lineup next year if all goes to plan. I think this guy is a great talent, a great guy to have on the wing, and it's going to be great to see what he does with the Barracuda. But it's not just Quentin Musty that we got to keep an eye on, as we hear from JD Young, of the host of Locked On Sharks, says that Saginaw Spirit's season is over and Chernyshov is free to play AHL games. And I think we're seeing a pattern roll here as the junior season closes. We are going to start seeing guys come over to play with the Barracuda, and it is official that Musty is coming. It isn't official that Chernyshov is coming yet, but this guy will be a game changer for this Barracuda's playoff push. This is a guy who came over from Russia this season and lit it up in Saginaw and really put his name on the map. He was a second overall draft pick by the San Jose Sharks and is really playing way above that right now. As if you take a look at his stats in just his first season playing in North America, in 23 games, he put up 55 points, 19 goals, 36 assists. Big left winger here, 6'3", plays power forward, but you think at 6'3" he's a pure power forward. That's not the case. This guy has some great hands on him, and he can really get the puck in tight and work around defenders with his handles. He is so good at that, and he's so explosive on the puck as well. He can drop a shoulder, cut to the net, and put one top quarter. This guy is a crazy talent. If you haven't seen any Chernyshov highlights, you got to go look at him right now because this guy is the future of the San Jose Sharks organization. Maybe not on a scale of Celebrini or Will Smith, but this guy's going to be a great player for the future of this team. And now, seeing him potentially come over to this Barracuda and seeing his first touches of pro hockey in North America is going to be a great sight to see, especially teaming up with Quentin Musty. These guys are going to be dominant, and this Barracuda team is going to be one to be feared in the AHL for the rest of this season just because of how good these prospects are playing. I'm very excited to see how Musty will translate to this game, but Chernyshov, a guy who's coming off an insane season over there that nobody was expecting. It is going to be great to see him play with the Barracuda, and I think if he can even do a little bit of what he was doing in Saginaw with the Barracuda, this guy is going to be a special talent, and this is really where we're going to get to see if these guys are fit to play NHL hockey, and I think this will be a very interesting time, and I definitely think San Jose Sharks fans, myself, a lot of people are going to be tuning into these Barracuda games because they are going to be fun ones to watch for us San Jose Sharks fans. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts on everything we talked about today. What do you think about Chernyshov coming over to play with the Barracuda? What do you think about Quentin Musty? How do you think he will match up? And I want to hear what you think of Mukhamadullin as well. Do you think this is right to keep him out the rest of the season? I definitely think that is the right decision. Want to hear about everything we talked about today down below in the comment section. And if you made this far in the video, let me know your favorite Sharks player of all time. I love hearing those comments down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. We're on the road for 2,000 subscribers by draft day here, so if you're not subscribed, make sure you're down below, hit that subscribe button. If you want to check out a video we did the other day, it'll be popping up on your screen right now. But as always, I've been your host, KC. Keep your stick on the ice.